This comeback is personal. It's an apology for yourself.
I wasn't strong enough to save you, Mom. But I promise I won't fail again.
You got heart, kid. I seriously think you ought to consider hanging it up.
I'm begging you here, Lou. Give me another shot.
Oh, but I am back. Back from under the ground.
Let me just ask you this, Mr. Risk Taker. What's the bigger risk? Carrying on like you're going, and it's going well? Or taking the deeper dive?
Are you tired of the label of the one who talks about all the things he's gonna do, but don't do it? The one who tells everybody he's gonna do it by the end of the year, but never completes it. Are you tired of that label? Do something about it.
But I want you to take it personal. And my personal question to you is, why not you?
You just don't know how to give up.
No, I do. Trust me, I do. I know exactly how to give up. You know what scares the shit out of me, Kev? Is that it's easy.
You old and you broken.
You out there boxing. I need you to start fighting. Let go of the fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
I don't want to need help. I don't need you. That's what it was. That's what it is. Somewhere a long time ago, I needed somebody and they didn't do it. And so I decided at that point, I guess, I don't need you. The only person I need is me.
And I was like, time to become a man. Walk forward, peripheral vision. Get it. Own yourself. Walk forward with more courage and start becoming the man you want to be instead of acting like it and putting it off.
Only when the why is strong enough, the how stops being an excuse, because purpose doesn't need permission. Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." So how far can your why take you?
You're good, but you're not as good as those guys. You know, I had to listen to all this, and that put so much wood on that fire that it kept me each and every day. You look for any kind of messages that people may say or do to get you motivated to play the highest level.
So now you gotta ask yourself, are you here to prove something to other people or prove something to yourself?
One day you'll wake up and realize the potential you had, knowing you've chosen comfort over effort. And you realize there's no one to blame but yourself. As long as you're breathing, you have the opportunity to change it around. The only pain worse than failure is in the regret of never trying.
That hurt, you know? And I think that flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, fuck you, watch this.
So many people might have been able to do so many awesome things if they could really do what they wanted to do instead of just, following the beaten path.
Bro, if you're succeeding in a life that you hate, imagine how great you'd be at one that you actually enjoyed.
You can't control the outcome all the time, right? Like, the ball's gonna bounce the other team's way. Like, it shouldn't always go your way. So you get motivated by the losses, you stay motivated through the winning. What you can control is your process. You can control those intangibles. You can control the work ethic, the consistent discipline, your attitude, your culture, how much you care. All those things are in you. They just need to be drawn out of you.
If your goal is worthy of you, you're going to fall on your face over and over and over again. It's going to cost you money, it's going to cost you time, it's going to cost you anxiety. As a matter of fact, if you're not laying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling with your heart pounding, at least 3 nights a week, you're probably not trying hard enough.
Called him at 7:36 p.m. I remember the number. Hey, Pop. Hey, what's up, monkey man? Listen, can I talk to you about something? Sure. I said, Dad, I don't want to go to law school anymore. I want to go to film school. A little bead of sweat starts to go down the back of my neck. I'm like, here it comes. You want what? I thought he was going to go into all this stuff about, like, my ass. You think I'm paying for that? That could be a hobby, but that's not a real job. I thought all this was coming. And after about a 5-second pause, he goes, I hear this. Are you sure that's what you want to do? Yes, sir. Another long pause. Then I hear, well, don't half-ass it.
I wanted to run out of that tunnel for my dad. To prove to everyone that I worked that I was somebody.
Oh, you are so full of crap. In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
I was born in Jamaica with nothing. I live in a wooden shed, zinc roof. The old doubted me said I couldn't do it. The old said I couldn't do it. Look at me now. Never knew.
When your friends start to say, you've changed, remember it's because they don't know how to say, you've grown.
I broke you. How have you come back?
You have to believe it's possible. Confucius had a great saying that, every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
Every single study in peak performance, high achievement, and so on comes back to this very simple equation. This very simple factor is that your life only begins to become great when you fix upon a major, definite purpose. One goal, one mission, one goal that is bigger than any other single goal in your life.
I see all this potential, and I see it squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no great war, no Great Depression. Our great war is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives.
I've been listening to laughter all my career.
Yeah.
I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. They've been laughing. What? An Irishman win a Cage Warriors world title? Hell no. You serious? An Irishman? An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laugh. Laughter all around at the Joker. Then the Joker goes and wins the world title. Now he wants to win a second world title. More laughter. Listen, the sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me, so. Oh, surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!
I'm nervous before I'm gonna go speak or something. I got a little thing in my wallet. You're gonna die one day, McConaughey. And I'm like, oh, that relaxes me. If I'm going in, complacent, I got another note and tell myself, what you're about to say and do will outlive you, so you better fucking do it well.
Everything about it is self-discipline. Everything about it is no one's going to save you. No one's going to come out of the woods and say, hey, I got your back, man. Some people get that, but very few of us do. The only person coming to save you is yourself.
It was time for me. I didn't want to keep forgiving myself on Sunday and then repeat and do the same shit again Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and then go, oh, now I can be forgiven. I was like, no, man. Forgive me, Father. I know what I'm doing, and I'm keep doing it. Cut the shit, McConaughey. Quit giving yourself that out, that parachute, even though you may have it, even though word says grace of God will forgive you. Yep, I need to strong arm myself, put my damn hands on the wheel, look in the mirror and go, it's on you.
The most important question that you have to ask yourself in life is how badly do you want what you want? How badly do you want it? Or do you want it at all? You see, there's an awful lot of people who want an awful lot of things. But how badly do they want it? If you want it so badly, if you want it with tremendous intensity of desire, there's really nothing in the world that can stop you from getting it. There's an interesting story was told about Socrates, and Socrates was talking to one of his students, and the student said, I am hungry for knowledge. What can I do to increase my knowledge? And Socrates said, knowledge is something that is readily available and easy to get if you want it bad enough. He said, I'm sure I want it badly enough. And Socrates said, come with me. And he walked him offshore into the ocean, and walked him offshore into the Aegean Sea. And they got about 3 or 4 feet, and Socrates, a very, very strong man, grabbed the young man and put his head under the water. And the young man began to struggle and struggle and struggle, and finally became incredibly frantic, and finally brought him up And he said, now what did you want while you were under the water? And he said, all I wanted was air. He said, all I could think of in the whole world was air. He said, when you want knowledge with the same intensity that you wanted that oxygen, you will get all the knowledge that you could desire. And when you want anything with great intensity, if you have the desire, you'll get it.
And what I have found, when you take that kind of action and that kind of step of following your gut and your intuition, taking that step, whatever it is, the universe has a funny way of meeting you halfway.
You've got this great line where you say so many people are obsessed with how to live longer instead of how to live better.
Yeah.
How do you come to think about that?
I'm for it, the longevity. I'm for it. But in the pursuit of it, are we measuring quality of life along the way? Some people aren't. And I personally don't want to have the highest number, but then go, that wasn't any fun, or I didn't enjoy that, or that sucked.
The reason why people don't write down their goals is because of the fear of failure. Is they don't want to make a commitment to it. You see, if you never write it down, then nobody can ever tell you that you didn't accomplish it. If you don't write it down, well, then you're not really locked into anything. You keep your options open if you like, and you go on to fail and underachieve.
Like say it's, life's mystery going forward, the science looking back. When you look back, we can all connect every single dot. It's mathematical, scientific how we got to this table right here. We got plans for this afternoon, but we're not sure what's going to happen. But everything looking back, it's all connected if we go back and look at it. And there's a whole lot of, I thought that was the end. Well, it was the end, but it was the beginning of this thing. Or I caught that red light and therefore made me 60 seconds later to get to that cafe where I met that movie producer or that woman who became my wife or whatever that is. It don't make sense at the time, but boy, looking back, it's all a science.
I heard this quote the other day that I want to share with you guys. Now I'm paraphrasing here, but it goes like this, is the person who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how they feel, will always beat the person who goes to the gym when they feel like going to the gym.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Sleep was sin in my household. Sin. I saw my dad asleep one time in my life. There's a fierce sense of independence. 30 minutes of TV a night max. Mom would always say, why are you going to watch someone doing something when you can go out in the world and do it yourself? Turn that damn thing off, get outside. You had to be outside. Like get out in the world, go hustle, figure it out, be home at dark.
It's painful to understand how much of what you're doing isn't productive. So I'll give you an example. So I've done this a couple of times with classrooms full of students. Usually when I'm lecturing about career development, say, okay, how much time do you waste? So then I get the class to vote. How many of you waste 10 hours a day? It's like 10% of the kids will put up their hands. And it's interesting because I don't define what constitutes waste. I just ask the question. So they're diagnosing themselves, right? I'm not saying you're wasting 10 hours a day. I'm just asking. It's like, given your own attitude, how much time are you wasting? 10 hours a day. It's like 10% of the people put up their hands. Well, when you get to like 6 hours a day, 80% of the people put up their hands. It's like, okay, 6 hours a day. It's 42 hours a week. So let's call that a work week, 40 hours a week. So that's a work week. Let's say, what's your time worth? You're a university student. Well, it's certainly worth minimum wage, because obviously, but it's worth way more than that, because if you spend a productive hour when you're 20, then you gain the benefits of that hour for the rest of your life. So there's the compounding effect of time spent when you're young. So I say, well, let's assume your time's worth $50 an hour, which I think is an underestimate, but whatever. Let's call it 50. We call it 25, but we'll call it 50. If that's $2,000 a week you're wasting. It's $100,000 a year. It's like, how much better would your life be if you weren't wasting $100,000 a year? It's like, what is that over 40 years? $4 million. It's like, you're rich. You don't even know it. Don't waste your damn life. And then you think, well, why would people be resistant to that message? It's like, well, you really want to wake up and figure out that you're wasting half your life?
If you're nervous right now, it's because you didn't put the time in the past, to make the moment today, the present, forever. That's the only time you can be nervous right now. It's when you didn't do the work. You have an untrained ability, colliding with an opportunity, and you're nervous because you might fail, because you didn't put the work in.
Get up, move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. and you may be successful, and you may not be successful, but you will be better.
It is astounding how many people want to be spectacular in life but also want to fit in and be normal. Like, by being normal, you are, by definition, aiming for average. Normal people get normal results. Weird people get weird results. You literally can't do what everyone else does and not expect to get what everyone else has. By doing what everyone else does, you guarantee average results.
Before you win, everyone will ask you, why are you working so hard? And after you win, everyone will remind you, you got lucky. You see, the thing is, first they doubt. Before the victory, your hard work will not make any sense to most people. They'll ask you, why on earth are you trying so hard? Why can't you relax? Why are you not normal? The truth is, they don't see the vision of life that you're chasing, and they don't have to. Your only job is to keep working, keep moving forwards, just proving to yourself that you can be better than yesterday.
Should have stopped this one with your father. I'm stopping this one now.
Don't, okay? Let me finish. I gotta prove it.
Prove what?
I'm not a mistake.
No, you have to hit rock bottom. That's the way up. Yeah, rock bottom is beautiful. The struggle of coming back is beautiful. That struggle. It's hard. It doesn't appear like it's beautiful while you're going through it, but it's you're being tested. And without a test, there's no testimony. Life tests you. Sometimes life annihilates you. But it's only up to you if you want to take some more. It's gonna dish it out. But eventually, if you don't quit, it'll be merciful to you.
I had a cameraman up there, and David was like, he was in his Goggins mode by that time. This was towards the end of the race. We had like 2 miles left. It's like 33 miles in. And I asked the cameraman up there, I'm like, hey, I said, how did Goggins look? And he's like, well, he had his shirt off, and it was cold rain. He's had his shirt off, and he was saying, they don't fucking know me. I'm like, who is he? He's like, they don't know me, son, and saying all this stuff. I said, who was he saying that to? And he's like, there's nobody up here.
so he's like imaginary. It's pushing the water, and there's a jogger actually. Look at this. Wow. The Florida man right there for you, Blake, jogging in the hurricane.
If you know one thing about human beings, that there can be one law about human behavior, and it's true, I suppose, of every animal. We avoid anything painful, and we veer toward what is pleasurable or easy, okay? So how do you overcome that? That's your $1 million question that you're asking. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom. Sometimes you have to go, nothing is working in my life. I'm miserable, I'm depressed, my career isn't going in the right way, okay? Maybe I'm the source of it. And when you hit rock bottom, you're willing to take anything. The pain of looking at yourself isn't maybe as bad as the hole that you dug yourself into.
If you're gonna do it, do it. Say what you can do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't over-leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. Finish it. Find out. Come out the other side. Don't leave it and go, ooh, if I just would have. That keeps me up at night. I think it keeps a lot of us up at night. When you half-ass something and you just don't know whether you failed or succeeded, got what you want or didn't get what you want. Finding out and looking in the mirror and going, I didn't half-ass it, I went all the way, I found out.
You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. It may even be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, how you can rely upon yourself, where you can pull yourself up from.
Hitting rock bottom is one of the best places to be if you handle it right. It feels like the end, but it's actually the beginning. The ego sees collapse as failure, but the truth is, rock bottom strips away everything you were clinging to for a sense of self. And in that emptiness, you have a choice. You can either grasp at the past or surrender to what's trying to emerge. The people who stay stuck are the ones who fight to rebuild the same ego that held on to the illusion of control. But the ones who rise are the ones who willingly let their ego die so they can be reborn. So rock bottom, it's not the end, it's actually the foundation.
They say the greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they've hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's given up on them. They've lost all their worldly possessions. They're dead broke on their back. It's at that point, guys, when everything's lost, that everything can be gained. Do I want to stay on the bottom of this barrel, or do I climb the fuck out of this hole?
Hey, guess what? It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did. Along the way, you're going to lose all your fucking friends. You're going to struggle. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be multiple fucking days where you don't think that you're going to make it. And those days sometimes last for months. There's going to be, nobody's going to relate to you. No one's going to understand why you're doing it. Everybody's going to question it. They might laugh at you now. Everybody laughed at me back in the day. Fucking everybody. Guess who's laughing now? Not them, motherfucker. Me.
What the hell does fair have to do with it? I got a big news flash for you, Tammy. Life isn't fair. You're gonna have to scrape and claw for everything you want, just like the rest of us. But you haven't done one single thing to make it better. You know, you can't just bitch and moan and expect shit to change.
I will do the work when I'm tired. I will do the work even if I'm sick. I will do the work even if I didn't sleep well. I will do the work even if I don't feel like it. I will do the work if it's cold outside. I will do the work if it's too hot. I will do the work if no one else wants to do it with me, because I am driven by purpose.
I was not always this strong guy you see. I went through a lot of hard times in my life to get here today. All I wanted to be was an uncommon man. In my whole life, I was not that. I was 6'1" and 300 pounds. I walked in the recruiter's office and he looked at me and he said, "You're fat and you're black." He said I basically had to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 months. I came back 3 months later, 106 pounds lighter. Thank you.
Everything worthwhile is uphill. Period. End of story. If you want to succeed in life, it's difficult. It's not easy. It's not fast. It's not simple. It's uphill.
Everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen.
When I said I wanted to win 8 gold medals, basically half the people in the swimming world thought I was absolutely crazy and nobody could ever do something like that. But for me, I was somebody who believed in it and somebody who believed in the process of getting there. I knew it wasn't going to happen overnight, like I said before, but every little small thing that we did was a small stepping stone, and the sky is the limit. And as a kid growing up, I believed that. I believed that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire. Until it's been through the fire several times. And this is just your first or second time through the fire. And there's a lot of hammer work that has to take place. And then you're going to have to go back in the forge again. And it's hot, and it melts you down, and you're uncomfortable. And then life is going to pull you out, and it's going to put you on the anvil, and it's going to hammer on you some more. And you're going to say, "What? Am I done yet? Am I a sword for the ages?" No, you're not. You're not done yet.
Rock bottom. Bottom isn't when you experience the worst moment of your life.
Definitely.
Bottom is when you change.
It's when you actually, it's when you touch it, when you smell it, when it's right on your face,
Yeah,
you feel it.
and
It's not about severity of what the thing is. It's about
what you do with it once it happens.
The best men are those who've been broken by life and have pulled through, have come out the other end. Why? Because they've been forced by circumstances to drop the illusion of their strength and power. They've known that they couldn't keep that going.
You have to disappear.
When I say disappear, you stop announcing every move and start building something that speaks for itself. Disappearing means doing the work. It means doing the work in the dark. It means building in private what you don't need to prove in public. It means doing the work when no one's watching. You stop worrying about what people think and start valuing what you believe. Because a life that looks good or sounds good is nothing compared to a life that feels good.
What else does it mean to have a champion mentality to you? I know that you talk about this a lot. What are the principles that you rely on for that?
Again, something that definitely elevated over time. There's more to this. And I think the biggest thing was, originally it was like just winning, and it evolved into just like a no quit mentality. It's accepting these fears I have, this doubt I have, this everything that goes through my mind, but regardless of that, not quitting and not giving up on myself. No matter how hard is the time or what I'm going through, and whatever shit I feel, I'm gonna still put in the same work, regardless of how I feel, and that's a champion mentality, because a champion's not controlled by their outside circumstances. They control their own mind inside and how they act, and then the world goes on around them.
It's not about the dog that's in the fight. It's the fight within the dog. Well, yeah, it's a shitty situation. I gotta go to work because I gotta pay the bills and support my family. But you know, it doesn't mean I have to shortcut my success in what I'm doing. I'll find a way to work this out.
I started thinking like every day, I was like, I hope I don't wake up. You know what I mean? And that was the thing where I was like, this is a big enough problem that like, if you don't want to wake up, then I have nothing to lose. And that was when, if everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as, I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person.
It's the work that majority are not willing to do, but wanting the outcome that we have. And that's, again, once again, the gap. And it's the gap that makes them feel a certain way about life. They hate life, and they think they're at a disadvantage, and they're anxious about it. So then they begin to escape and soothe with drugs and alcohol, infidelity, pornography, gambling, whatever the source is. And I don't care. I can check off every fucking box. I can check off every one of those boxes. But if you do the work and you close that gap and time collapse, you will have that superpower and you can start living the life you're meant to live.
But he was saying that if you're an underdog, man, the beauty of being someone who has to go through struggle, the beauty, because you get that. If there's no struggle, there's no, that's the thing. If there's no struggle, then it's nothing. There's no journey. There's no journey. You know, you get to make that magic, man. You get to be the story.
To somebody at their lowest moment right now watching this video, what do you say to them?
There's only one way, one direction. If you're at the bottom, there's only one way, but you gotta look up.
What will you do?
Rebuild it just the way it was, brick for brick.
Don't study the result. What was the person doing when they got there? And everybody who's achieved something great was some sort of outlaw. Some sort of hustler. Out of balance, out of whack, dark times. Whoa.
Extreme.
Still wakes up in the middle of the night and glad they went a mouth guard because they'd have chipped all their teeth with that fucking nightmare they were having about those things they did back then.
No wonder you're always gonna be a servant here. No wonder. It's not until you say fuck it. That might be how it's written. It ain't gonna be how the way it's gonna go down though for me. You gotta rewrite your own history in life, man. Stop listening to what everyone says is the way it is.
Discovering what I was capable of. You know, there's been so many times where I've been in a prep and I felt way too far behind to win. And I had an injury last year when I tore my lat, tore my bicep. I was in the hospital, like all these different things going on, and I'm like, there's no way that I can do this. Like, it's impossible. And if I were to ever ask myself in the past, like, do you think you could win or get through this and do this? I'd be like, no way, it's impossible. But I was in it and I did it. And I accomplished it, and I was like, I'm capable of so much more than my mind understands. And I think that's just the greatest part of the journey that I've achieved, is like that understanding of what I'm capable of and that belief in myself to what I can accomplish.
There's a lot of men struggling right now. There's a lot of men, if you know, if I talk about it a lot, that if you look at the stats around suicidality in the UK, the thing that's most likely to kill someone between the age of like 18 and 40 is themselves.
If there's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him,
And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
No one's effing coming to save you. No one's going to make you better at your business. No one is going to get you to be a better persuader of people or framer of people other than you.
And a year from now, it's going to happen like that. And who is your future self? Another day will go by, 365 of them happen so fucking fast. Who are you going to be in a year from now? And in a year from now, does that future person hold regret or pride?
The difference is, how do you look at it? How do you approach it? How do you deal with it? How do you admit it and see it for what it is? And then what do you do about it? What do you do about it? You cry about it? You mope about it? You drink about it? You sleep around about it? You get mad and get in fights about it? You just hang around? Just turn the world out? Just zombie about it? You fry yourself with marijuana about it? Say, Dwayne, I'm sad. Dude, that's a part of life. You think you're the only man on this planet that's sad? Say, Dwayne, I'm going through depression. Well, welcome to the world. Welcome to the rest of us.
You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one. If you give it all you have, you're going to get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl if you don't show up. If you show up, you're putting yourself in a situation to create those opportunities.
Change happens when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of making a change. Yeah. And in your situation, it sounds like, well, this is less painful.
100%. I think that's the basis of most change. Either you have to have a reward that incentivizes you. It's the away towards or away. It's either we're going away from pain or we're going towards pleasure. And I think a lot of people are really looking for that passion that's going to be towards. But I think early days, and I talk a lot about this, but like, I think negative motivation is poo-pooed too much. Like, if you are angry, use it. If you are sad, use it. Because like, what else are you gonna do with it? Like, you might as well let it help you. Like, or it uses you.